Choosing yourself is not selfish. Have you ever reached a point where you are just completely done? You have spent your whole life being the understanding one, the one who always steps forward, the one who naturally thinks about everybody else before yourself. But one day you wake up and you feel entirely empty inside. You realize your own happiness and your peace of mind are completely gone. Welcome back to Earth Speaks. Today we are talking about why choosing yourself is not selfish and how to do it mindfully before you hit a total breaking point. Before we deep dive into this, let's get one thing straight. When I say choose yourself, I am not talking to people who are already self centered or uncaring. Going to the extreme on either side will always backfire. If you take too much, you damage your relationships. But if you give too much, you completely burn out. Both sides are bad if you do them too much. We are here today to find a healthy balance. I'm speaking directly to the people pleasers, the highly empathetic individuals, the ones who were raised in strict or traditional family roles. If that is you, you were taught very early in life that love and acceptance are tied to self sacrifice. You were trained to believe that to be a good person, you must put your own feelings last. So now, as an adult, your nervous system triggers intense guilt the very second you try to set a boundary. You feel like you're doing something illegal just by saying no. I know this pain deeply because this is my own self experience. I used to be a chronic overgiver. It became a habit. It was just my nature to jump in and think for others. And let me share something I have never really spoken about before. When I first started this YouTube channel, I was terrified. I was literally hiding myself behind the camera. I was not sure what people would think of me. I thought, why would anyone care about my experiences? I felt ashamed. All sorts of negative thoughts were racing through my mind. Why did my brain do that? Because stepping away from my old routine of staying quiet felt unfamiliar. And when something is unfamiliar, your brain triggers a fear response to keep you safe. But we cannot operate from fear. Our environments and our parents shaped us. We are not here to blame them. As children, we all have our own dynamics, but unfortunately, many of us grew up being constantly judged, put down, or expected to be someone we are not. You can only handle that pressure for so long before your spirit gradually crumbles. Now, when you finally react and reach that limit, a dangerous thing can happen. You get so fed up that you say, I'm done. I'm not taking this anymore. But be very careful here. Sometimes that reaction does not come from a place of healthy self care, it comes from anger. It becomes a desire for revenge in the heat of the moment. You want to push back aggressively. You might feel a quick rush of satisfaction right then, but later on, a heavy wave of guilt will find you. Do not operate from that negative level. We have to be the wiser ones here. Look at your relationships. A real healthy connection requires a clean give and take. If you are the only one giving and the other side is only receiving, it turns toxic. 100% of the time, it leads to resentment. You will end up bitter while they continue to take your energy for granted. So, what do we do when we are confused about whether we should choose ourselves? We run a quick background check on the relationship first. The next time someone asks you for help or expects you to sacrifice your peace, please take a moment. Look at the history objectively and ask yourself these three simple questions. First, how many times have I given my energy to this exact person without a single thank you? Second, have I received any positive support back from them that actually helps me grow? The third, is this dynamic supporting my mental well being or is it completely draining my soul? If you realize it is entirely one sided, you need to save yourself from that situation. You don't have to be loud or angry. Just calmly step back. And I'm not sure why those balloons were flying. Sorry about that. Now, once you step back and say no, a strange thing happens. you're going to feel a sudden wave of emptiness. Your brain might trick you into thinking you are completely lonely or abandoned. And this is exactly where your personal self help practice must begin. You cannot just stop giving to others. You have to actively start redirecting that beautiful energy back into your own life. So, here are few gentle, practical habits you can use to soothe your nervous system during this transition. When you save time by not overextending yourself for others, do not spend that time scrolling through social media. Sit in quietness, listen to a song you love, or watch an old movie. I mean, I personally do that. Let's say I already know a story of this movie from the 80s or the 90s. I i always go back and watch them because I feel nostalgic. It's about that time, it's about that moment, and those usually turns out to be quite healing for me. Maybe you can try something like that. Or let's say, let me just give you this one movie named Swapped, Swapped. So you can watch it on Netflix. It's an animation. There is a moral lesson in that movie, so you can go ahead and watch. You'll love it. So you can walk outdoors without headphones. Let your brain learn that it is completely safe to just sit still. I think you know about these self appreciation journal. So, what you can do is every evening, you can write down three kind things you did specifically for yourself that day. It could be making a warm cup of tea, going to bed early, or allowing yourself to rest. You've spent years validating everyone else. Now you must validate yourself. And these appreciation journal, you can actually be more creative and create some journals from scraps of papers and make them for yourself. I think that way you can give yourself some time to create something of your own. When the guilt of saying no rises in your chest, do not panic. Just place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath in through your nose, and breathe out very slowly through your mouth. This will tell your body that you are safe and not in danger. Like this. Do it. Just think back to a time before you became everyone's caretaker. What did you enjoy doing? Was it drawing? Was it reading, dancing, or singing? Dedicate just 15 minutes a day to a creative outlet that is strictly for your own joy. You have to have a daily digital detox window. Set a hard boundary with your phone. Give yourself at least 30 minutes every night where you do not reply to any messages or emails. Give yourself total permission to be unavailable to the world. If you don't actively practice these few simple self care steps, the old guilt will pull you right back into your toxic routine. So maybe just for a few days, try out these simple steps which I've just mentioned. Or maybe if you have something that's better that you have already been, practicing daily, you can continue doing that. And you can also share and let us know what is that one self-care practice that you apply yourself in your daily life. So let us know in the comments. Look, if you don't learn to run this background check and soothe yourself, you will eventually hit a saturation point anyway. It doesn't matter if you watch my podcast or not, life will naturally bring you to a wall where you simply cannot take it anymore. But my goal for reaching out to you today is this: I don't want your saturation point to be a tragic, ugly crash where everything crumbles around you. We need to handle this mindfully. Your well being matters. You are a mature, wise soul, and because you are close to this situation, you are the best person to handle this sticky dynamic. If a situation is too heavy, you are allowed to say no. Always remember that. You do not have to carry it just to keep someone else comfortable. You cannot ignore your own heart anymore. So every single time in the past, you stood up for others. This time, you have to stand up and speak for yourself. Staying kind and keeping your heart soft in a heavy world takes true roaring courage. Always remember that. Give yourself a pat in the back. Your good, authentic nature is a beautiful gift, but it belongs to people who appreciate it, not those who drain it. And if you are currently learning how to navigate this quiet transition, please subscribe to the channel because in most of the episodes we do speak about self growth, self help. So, and also let's keep our comment section a genuinely safe space for every one of us. We will talk about it below. So, for now, take a deep breath, protect your softness, and I will see you in the next video. Promise me you will take care of your beautiful heart. Goodbye for now.